Every day, Donald Trump gets more paranoid. And this is partially because every day, Americans grow more and more tired of Donald Trump. Now, Trump's paranoia has reached all new levels. He's pretty much just lashing out, kicking and punching every which way, and now he just accidentally punched the right-wing media. That's right, Donald Trump's insane war against the media has now shockingly swept up Fox News, because if you think censorship is wrong, unless it's censoring something you don't like, you might be a Republican. How's it going, everybody? My name is Hunter Avalone with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, Trump is not only waging war against the media, he's also waging war against the American economy. And Trump's Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessant, was recently asked if he was worried about empty shelves. This was his response.
Are you worried about empty shelves? Because they say that a lot of these, the supply lines and the cargo ships are being held up. A lot of people are saying, turn it around with the tariffs this high. I don't want the product. Are you worried about empty shelves?
Not at present. We have some great retailers. I assume they pre-ordered. I think we'll see some elasticities. I think we'll see replacements. And then we will see how quickly the Chinese want to de-escalate.
I got it. So Scott Bessant here has absolutely no understanding whatsoever of how small businesses work. I'm sorry, does he really think small businesses are ordering like a year's worth of supply in advance? So while Americans are gearing up to not even be able to afford groceries, Trump continues his assault on the media, including 60 Minutes. Recently, however, 60 Minutes aired a clip in which the show itself called out the producers for complying with Donald Trump's insane demands.
Bill resigned Tuesday. It was hard on him and hard on us, but he did it for us and you. Stories we pursued for 57 years are often controversial. Bill made sure they were accurate and fair. He was tough that way. But our parent company, Paramount, is trying to complete a merger. The Trump administration must approve it. Paramount began to supervise our content in new ways. None of our stories has been blocked, but Bill felt he lost the independence that honest journalism requires.
Once again, we see Republicans embracing free speech for me, but none for thee. But everyone is not only sick of Donald Trump. Republican Mike Lauer hosted a town hall, and it didn't go so well.
Because other countries have had significantly higher tariffs, barriers to entry, and price controls on U.S. goods. And when you look at, for instance, Europe has price controls on U.S. prescription drugs. U.S. prescription drug costs are significantly higher.
Now, moving on from just the regular disliked Republicans, we come back to the king of disliked Republicans, Donald Trump. His approval rating continues to go down the toilet. But don't worry, okay? Donald Trump doesn't really care about the polls.
The president has never, ever governed by poll. He's never worried about this poll yesterday or that poll tomorrow.
And now all of this nonsense has culminated once again to Donald Trump caring about polls.
I have today the highest poll numbers I've ever had.
In his insane attack against all media, Fox News and other right-wing outlets found themselves swept up by Donald Trump's fury.
President Trump's war on the media and on reality itself has reached a new and dangerous level. Now, even former allies like Fox News are getting caught in the crossfire. As Trump's approval ratings sink to historic lows, with CNN showing him at 41% and other polls falling even lower, he isn't confronting the failures that have alienated voters. Instead, he's doubling down on grievance and conspiracy. This weekend, Trump demanded criminal investigations, not just into pollsters at the New York Times, ABC News and the Washington Post, but into Fox News as well, simply because they reported bad numbers. In a staggering meltdown on social media, he wrote, "Great pollster John McLaughlin, one of the most highly respected in the industry, has just stated that the failing New York Times poll and the ABC Washington Post poll about a person named Donald J. Trump, me, are fake polls from fake news organizations. The New York Times has only 37% Trump 2024 voters, and the ABC Washington Post poll has only 34% Trump voters. Unheard of numbers unless looking for a negative result, which they are. These people should be investigated for election fraud and add in the Fox News pollster while you're at it. They are negative criminals who apologise to their subscribers and readers after I win elections big. Much bigger than their polls showed I would win. Lose a lot of credibility, and then go on cheating and lying for the next cycle, only worse. They suffer from Trump derangement syndrome, and there is nothing that anyone, or anything, can do about it. They are sick, almost only write negative stories about me, no matter how well I am doing. 99.9% at the border, best number ever, and are truly the enemy of the people. I wish them well, but will continue to fight to make America great again. Trump's demand for investigations is not just deranged, it's dangerous. Polling data is not election fraud. Criticism is not a crime. And publishing unfavourable numbers is not a conspiracy. Yet Trump is openly calling for the power of the state to be used against pollsters, journalists, and media companies. A hallmark of authoritarianism. His enemies list now includes not just Democrats, but the very conservative institutions that once helped prop him up. The most alarming part, this isn't new behaviour. Trump has a long history of threatening legal action against outlets that criticise him. But as his approval rating crumbles and his desperation grows, the calls for government retaliation are becoming louder and more reckless. If he's willing to call pollsters criminals today, what will he demand tomorrow? The attack on democracy isn't coming someday in the future. It's happening right now, out in the open, with Trump proudly leading the charge.
So long story short, Donald Trump is once again attacking right-wing media because he doesn't like the results they're giving him. This is the behavior of a narcissist. Donald Trump needs to control the narrative, and the minute that Fox News betrays his narrative, Fox News is now dead to him. But honestly, this feels more like the last and final desperate gasp of a never-ending failure. Donald Trump, it's only a matter of time until you're gladly forgotten and America can move on.